This is Tom.
Hi.
And this is John.
Hey.
They are both cousins, and both live in BC, but one lives in Vancouver, and one lives on Vancouver Island. This year, they'll be going to high school, where there'll be more kids, more courses, and, unfortunately, more drugs. For example, marijuana, crystal meth, alcohol, cigarettes, crack, and ecstasy. Hey, what's that? Wow, here's something about John's school. Whoa, Vancouver High School Drug Central? That's where John's going to school. The Ministry of Health released a report today revealing that nearly half of all high school students at Vancouver High are using drugs, including alcohol, and 1 in 3 of them cannot stop. I better email John, because, my uncle, John's dad, had trouble with alcohol when he was young, so it might be passed down to John. Hey, John. Check out the latest issue of British Columbia News. Look at the headline. My dad told me that since your dad, my uncle, had trouble with alcohol when he was young, that you are 4 to 8 times more likely to have problems with alcohol too. Stay alcohol free, or at least try. Tom. Previous studies have linked specific genes to alcoholism. The researchers identified clusters of genetic variations in chromosomal regions. They believe this may play a role in alcohol addictions.
Hey, look, a new message from Tom.
Wonder what he wrote to me.
Oh, British Columbia News. Lol, your school looks horrible.
Hey John, check out the latest issue of the British Columbia News. Look at the headline. My dad told me that since your dad, my uncle, had trouble with alcohol when he was young, that you were 4 to 8 times more likely to have a problem with alcohol too. Stay alcohol free, or at least try. Tom.
Let me see this.
Wow, I guess Tom was right about my new high school being drug central. That's too bad. Hey, wait a minute. Chain smokers addicted by their genes? Wow. Tom's mom is a smoker. Does that mean that Tom could be more vulnerable to drugs than I am? I better email him right away and tell him this. He'll want to know. Hello, Tom. I think you should have a look at the British Columbia News again. Beside the headline, it has an article on smokers. It turns out you might be at more risk from nicotine than I am from alcohol. John. Being addicted to nicotine can be traced back to one gene in particular. The gene classified as CYP2A6. People who carry active forms of this gene are called fast metabolizers of nicotine. This means that nicotine rushes through their body. Once nicotine is processed through their system, they crave more. While on the other hand, people who have a less active form of this gene are slow metabolizers and don't process nicotine as fast. In fact, slow metabolizers process nicotine up to 4 times slower. This means slow metabolizers feel the side effects of nicotine a lot longer and don't smoke so many cigarettes. Fast metabolizers crave nicotine a lot sooner, smoke more cigarettes, and find it harder to quit smoking.
Oh look, a new message from John. Wow, John thinks I'm more at risk than he is. John lives in a big city, and I live in a small town. In a big city, there's way more exposure to drugs there. So wouldn't that cause him to be more likely to be addicted than me?
In fact, Tom was absolutely right saying that. Genetics does play a big role in addictions, but so does the environment and decisions you make. I think through this whole video we've learned a few important things. Our genes form us. They are what we are. But the environment shapes us into something different. And of course, one other thing. With drugs, always be aware.